Welcome back. Well, here we are. It's a glorious Saturday, and me and a couple of mates from the HOG Auckland Chapter, we're riding over the Matakana Valley Road, riding south, heading from the Whangaripo area, across the hill to Matakana Village. Now, the ride itself is it's a lot of fun. It's quite a road of many twists and turns, and it's got some really great scenery and a lot of bush-clad stuff. It stays green most of the year. It's often wet. And it's even wet in parts on this day, which is a beautiful spring day, and it was dry weather everywhere else we went until we came across the hill. The roads are still largely dry, but every now and again we come across a patch where it seemed evidence of some recent relatively significant rain, so we still had to be a little bit careful around some of these corners, which can be pretty tight, as you'll see. Now, one thing I'm going to do with this particular video, it's not that long of a ride. The distance of this road that we're travelling on to get to the Matakana Village, it's about 10 or 11 kilometres, probably about 7 of that is this hill, so we're just going to stay with the camera on the whole way through and just capture the whole ride, so in real time. I'm not going to speed anything up because I tried that once before and I didn't really like how it looks, so I'd rather enjoy the ride. Now, you'll notice some numbers popping up in the left of the screen. These are the number of corners that we're turning. I've been a little bit generous in spacing some of these out. I'm not counting some of these very small little corners, but in general we'll see there's about close to 50 changes of direction, right and left turns, some of them quite sharp, some of them almost hairpins, all of which makes it for a fascinating ride, and one that you should try and take next time you get a chance. This is all within the Auckland region. As long as Auckland is locked down in this place, we have still got 5,000 square kilometres in which to play around, and we might as well just get out and enjoy it while we can. I do have to say that we were pretty lucky with traffic coming over here, because it can be quite busy, but on this day there was hardly anybody on the road going north or south. We're travelling in a generally southern direction right now. We were behind this car for a little while. Probably looks like Auckland's dirtiest car. It needs a wash just like most of us need haircuts, but he couldn't really do anything about pulling over anywhere at all until this place here, which he very kindly pulled straight over for us, allowing us to travel on by. So that kind gesture, much appreciated. Thank you very much. Now, I think you can see what I mean when I say that this is a very enjoyable ride. There's just some great sweeping corners and bush-clad views around this Matakana Valley Road. When there's no other traffic and you can just set your own pace, and no one's here looking to be a street Rossi or anything. We just want to get through our ride and enjoy ourselves, have fun. That's what riding's all about. Now, speaking of having fun, we've been riding over the hill. We've reached the summit. We're coming down the other side. We've been going for just a little over 3 minutes now, and we're very soon coming up to around about 35 corners, which are decent changes of direction left and right, so you know where you want to come if you need to just brush up on your cornering skills, because this is the place where you're going to really see all manner of corners. And if you're crossing it in a southerly direction like we are, at the end of it you're going to come to Matakana Village, where there is some great coffee and cafes, and assuming that things will eventually open up again, there's a really nice pub that's got fabulous meals and alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks that you can enjoy while relaxing and talking about your ride. There's a bunch of adventure bikes there. We know where they can go because we did have a little bit of a tussle on a gravel road a little bit further back, where we thought we'd head round the Parkery way, but it just became too much gravel. It wasn't for us and the Harleys, but those guys would have a great time there, that's for sure. Well, we're just starting to come out of the hills now. You can see the road is starting to flatten out. We're not really going down too much of a descent right now. Still some nice little finishing touches to the road before we get onto the straightaway section that leads us through to Matakana. And really, when you get to the bottom here, you're just literally a couple of minutes away from, well, let's call it civilization, shall we? That's us coming out of the mountains. We're on the flat that leads through to Matakana itself, and that's about the time that we'll just leave this video to wrap up as we ride through the main street and find a park right outside the coffee shop, so that was pretty convenient. Hope you enjoyed this ride. We certainly did. It was a lot of fun. So in the meantime, we're soon going to be able to get a bit more riding in Auckland, so make sure you get out there and enjoy yourselves. Ride safe, have some fun. We'll wrap this up right now. Take care.